Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another weekly dose of the vidIQ live stream. And this week, as well as your usual channel audits, we're going to be doing some improvements to your channel through the 1% rule. What on earth does that mean? Let's find out. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Sorry about that, folks. I got a little caught off guard by Streamlabs doing some updates, and then when I pressed go live, it was bringing up pop-up messages saying, "Are you sure you want to go live? Give me a title and description." And I got all of this wonderful speech ready to tell you, and that threw me completely off. I didn't realise if I was actually talking to anyone, but yes, here we are in the Tuesday 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time vidIQ live stream. If you are new to this live stream, or if you're an old hand, do let us know where you are in the world, what time it is. I would love to give you a shout out in these opening minutes. If you are new to vidIQ, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to help you get more views in less time. If you haven't already got the vidIQ tool, let's see if I can point in the right direction. There is a free download which you can't see because the exposure level on my camera isn't quite right, and that's something we're going to talk about in this video. But yeah, the vidIQ tool is free to download, and we're also a YouTube channel that's going to aim to help you get more subscribers, more views, educate you on your YouTube journey. So hello to Skippo, hello to What the French Toast here on the East Coast, Mr. Dill there in New York, it's 2 p.m. for you, Matthew Placencia, I think your name is, Caliboy in the house there, somebody in Wales. Wow, there's so many people saying hello, I can barely keep up. Apparently PewDiePie is in the house, but I suspect that it's not the real PewDiePie. Mikey Slice, hello to you. I think it's been a while since you've been in one of our live streams, but very welcome you back here to vidIQ. The man with a hat, hello there. I don't know if you can see this man with a hat, but look, right there, that is your ring that you sent me. And we've been talking a little bit on Twitter. It is going to appear in a video more thoroughly in the future. But yes, now your ring does appear in every single vidIQ video. Maybe it's a little bit of an Easter egg, but your ring is there. Hello to Picasso Gaming, Mason Animation, Bad Boy D TV, Zach Gaming, FPS there in England. My homeland, it's 7 p.m. there. Object Maniac Lewis 27. Wow, that's a mouthful of a username, but hello to you. Bill Spring, Good Guy Kaiser, the Pro Glitcher, Gimmick, the Expert Plumber from Dallas. Hello to you there. John Ward, Digital Absorption, Martin MKDYT. I'm just saying these as fast as I can to say hello to as many as I can. Vladman is also in the house. Caleb X Diagario. Yes, hello to all of you, wherever you are, whether it's New York, whether it's India, whether it's San Diego, all of these different locations throughout the world. You are very welcome to be in this humble home that we have here at vidIQ. Now, usually I would be at this point welcoming our resident guest, YouTube expert and vidIQ evangelist or director of marketing or whatever title he has in that particular week. But Jeremy Vest is out on some very important top secret Mission Impossible mission for vidIQ this week. We had some issues as well last week where we couldn't get his audio working, but fingers crossed, Jeremy will be back in the house next week. So you are with just yours truly this week, Rob here at vidIQ Mansion, helping you out with all of your YouTube tips and tricks and helps. And what I wanted to talk about first, before we go into channel audits, and I'll tell you all about channel audits in about 5 to 10 minutes time, I want to talk to you about something called the 1% rule I try and adopt here on YouTube. And that is the premise of, irrespective of where you are on your YouTube journey, the next video you should be making should always aim to improve 1%. Whatever that is, that could be improving your thumbnails by 1%. Presentation in front of camera, your live streams, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video for my personal goals for improving 1%. So I'm going to ask you in a few minutes, like, what is your 1% in terms of improving your content, your channel, every single time you go live? I just want to give you some examples now of where I think I've tried to improve myself 1% with every single video I've done. And this is going to get a little cringy here. So what I'm going to do is share my screen here. And this is the first time I appeared like as a face reveal on vidIQ using a green screen and all of the complications that has for a video. So bear with me here. This may be a little cringe, but I'm proud to show it. This video was published nearly a year ago. No, nearly 2 years ago. Wow. So on February 28th, 2017, this is my first time appearing in front of camera for vidIQ. Take a look at this. Now, usually you'll hear my voice from behind the camera when it comes to vidIQ videos. But for this one, it's absolutely necessary that I stand in front of a camera. Oh my word, look at the terrible lighting there. And the jumper that I was wearing, which was a green jumper on a green screen. And yeah, the lighting just didn't feel right. I was so wooden in my presentation to camera. So yeah, that was the first time I appeared in front of camera for vidIQ. And that was what? Nearly 2 years ago now. So like in 600 days, do I feel as if I've improved 1% from there? Absolutely. I'm probably like 200% improvement from there. The next video I want to show you is my first time appearing on a live stream. So I think I did my first live stream on vidIQ, as you can see, during the Christmas period. And that was back in December of 2017. So again, do you think the whole live stream presentation is improved from this, my very first attempt of live streaming on vidIQ? Oh, first things first. Hello everyone. Welcome to this off-the-cuff vidIQ live stream. I need to make sure that you can hear me first, so I can see all these wonderful comments coming through. So do let me know if you can hear me in this vidIQ live stream, and then we'll do some shout outs and some hellos to everybody here who's joined us on what is me for lunchtime. I'm sure it. So yeah, that was my first live stream, and I think, as you could see, my first on-screen appearance was back in February of that year, and then my first live stream appearance was like 10 months later. And you can already see the improvement in terms of my presentation in front of camera. The green screen's better, the lighting's better, but still maybe a little unsure of myself in the live stream environment. Like I didn't have that transition that you just saw there. So those have been my kind of 1% improvements, where you've seen, as somebody said there, like a 300% improvement from one video from 10 months away from that live stream, and then going forward another 10 months here to 15 months to January 2019. Hopefully a magnificent improvement. And now what I've been trying to improve with my live streams very recently, so there's some 1% improvements that I've done from last week's live stream, is I have replaced my camera. Would you believe it? So what I've done is I've bought what's called a cam link, which allows you to plug in any camera to your computer, so you can then use DSLRs or camcorders, which I'm now using. I'm using a fairly old Panasonic SD90 camcorder, but it's perfect as a webcam. This is what I looked like. Let me just turn this on. This is what I looked like last week. So this is my old webcam in a slightly different position. Do you let me know? Do you think it looks a little better with the new cam link in terms of quality? I think there is oops, that's the wrong button there. I think there is an improvement there, certainly in terms of just a sharpness. I think a little sharper there. So that was one thing that I tried to improve. Another thing I've tried to improve is the lighting in these live streams. So I've just put a light there, which is now shining on my face, as you can see. I've also got this awesome thing here. This is like a beam light, which you can use anywhere. It's really portable, and I use this for a lot of my lighting. Fantastic piece of kit. And if I recommend one piece of lighting, this bad boy over here, the ring light, has changed my videos completely, especially thumbnails. If you look at my thumbnails now compared to where they were like this time last year, they are night and day because of this one item here, this ring light. So I've tried to improve several percentage points here with my videos through technology changes. But another thing you'll have also seen is that I'm a little higher up. Usually I'm sat down at my desk, but today I'm stood up to try and give myself a little bit more energy, and it means that the background looks a little better because you're not just seeing all of the WWE wrestling belts at the bottom. I mean, yeah, I'll just show you. The sight that you usually get is a little down here, so you're looking more at my belts and the clapperboard, but I thought it'd be nicer to show you the more YouTube-related paraphernalia in the background of my video. So there's a lot of 1% that I'm trying to improve in my video. So, folks, this now goes over to you just before we go into channel audits. I want to let you know, I want you to let us know, and for everybody listening in this channel, this live stream today, what is going to be your 1% improvement for your next video? What do you really want to work on, and how are you going to improve it? And if you improve it 1% in your next video, then after 10 videos, you're going to improve 10%. After 100 videos, well, it's not going to take 100 videos to get to 100% better. You will find that you improve more than 1%. But I would really love to know what your 1% are, such as Spencer's Nursery. I'm trying to improve my confidence. I am so with you on that. As you can see from my first in front of camera shots, I was absolutely terrible. But I've worked so hard at it. Presenting, being in front of camera does not come naturally to me. It may surprise you to know, but I am an introvert. I find like social interactions quite a draining and exhausting thing, but I push myself to get in front of camera every single time I am performing for vidIQ because I love doing it, but it's out of my comfort zone. So yeah, absolutely, do improve your performance as much as you can. Sound quality for super user tech mods is looking to improve that. Inverted Popes wants to improve lighting. You've just got some suggestions here. They are a little expensive, some of these items that I showed you, but if you can get one improvement of lighting, then definitely. You want to work on optimizing your viewer retention, Mr. Hack. That's more of I guess a whole holistic thing that many elements come into improving your retention, but that's a good thing to look at. Content and ideas from Toonie Kultz, I think your name is there. Christina, amps, thumbnails, you are on point there. Thumbnails are so important to improve. Suzette wants to improve their lighting. Rashid Entertainment, you want to do something different. So your 1% is to do something different. That's absolutely fine. I don't know if you've noticed on vidIQ, but we've been trying some different experiments over the last couple of months with looking at PewDiePie content and the egg video that I did yesterday. Something completely different, just to mix things up and see how it goes. Maze and animation. This is a really interesting one here. Talking speed. You are absolutely right. Every time I come into a live stream, I try and tell myself that I want to talk more slowly, clearly, and succinctly, and not rush, as I often find I do. When I get nervous, I tend to talk faster because I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, and I fear dead air and dead space, and I need to improve that. And I've done it like 100 live streams so far, and I still find that a struggle. So I'm totally with you there. Presentation and editing from Pope Brick 2. Just concentrate on one for the next 10 videos and then concentrate on the other. Don't try and improve everything. What else have we got here? You want to improve your merchandise selling there. The man with a hat, so definitely thinking with his business cap on there, his business hat. Techlin, what are you wanting to improve my egg, my 1% egg? We'll certainly try that for you. So yeah, I'm seeing lots of people looking at your 1%. And so this is, I guess, effectively homework for you. If you're not sure what you want to do, some people are asking, I'm not sure what my 1% is. Look at your videos and be constructively critical. What do I think I can improve most, and how can I improve it? But don't try and improve it in one video. Look at your 1%, and you will see the differences eventually. All it takes is for you to work at something and then check back on your videos in 6 months' time. And you may feel embarrassed, but that's brilliant. If you feel embarrassed, that means you've made a significant improvement in your content, and that can only be a good thing. All right, folks, we're 15 minutes in, and I know all of you mostly join this live stream to do channel audits with yours truly. As I say, I should say another 1% thing I've improved is to get rid of Jeremy this week. Burn. I'm just kidding, Jeremy. You're awesome, and I really appreciate it when you join the live streams, as we can riff off of each other and we each give different points of view and advice. But as I said earlier, Jeremy is not in the house this week. He will be back next week for what we're moving on to now, which is channel audits. Yes, I am going to take a little bit of a break to drink some water, make sure I'm hydrated for this live stream. So, channel audits, what do we do here? There is a link in the video description which will take you to a form, and if you fill it out, we will do our best to look at your channel. Bear in mind, every single week we get a lot of submissions. I'm just going to check on my screen now. We've had 52 channel audit submissions. So if I don't have a chance to audit your channel this week, I do apologize. Keep submitting. I try my best not to do duplicate audits and audit channels more than once, unless we're having a little bit of a catch up with a channel, just to try and give everybody a chance. Super chats, while very welcome, the financial donation to the channel does not influence whether or not we audit a channel, because we don't want to create a financial barrier to this free service. If you don't get a channel audit today, you can use our automated channel audit service, which is just down here on most YouTube pages. If you downloaded the vidIQ Chrome extension, you got the channel audit button there, and fingers crossed, if my internet is not causing issues with this tool, it will give you a breakdown of how your channel is performing. Now, we're having a little bit of a slump here after Christmas, where we just had some phenomenal numbers that we just can't keep up with. We had 3 million views in December. We're still doing much better than we were 3 months ago, but yeah, don't worry about these figures for us. Personally, we're very happy with what's going on. But this channel audit will tell you like what content is doing well and where to double down on. Like at the moment, our most viewed video is about an egg, which is fascinating stuff. But yeah, we've got lots of information here about what you're doing right. Some interactive elements, what are your best search terms that are bringing in views, where you can improve your interactive card usage. Also, what you're doing wrong. Let's be honest, some content for your channel will not work, and you may want to change it up and mix things up. For example, here, lowest views here seems to be interview content, and we're trying to work on improving that. So we definitely know where our pain points are, especially with what's going wrong. And then there's advice here about where to fix things. For example, we're missing end screens on some of our videos, and it's the live streams. I always forget to put end screens at the end of live streams, and we can immediately fix that through the channel audit tool. So very briefly, that is what you can use from vidIQ if you do not get a channel audit today. With all that being said though, folks, we're going to start doing some channel audits once I load up the correct transition. Here we go. Channel audits coming up right now. Oh, I do love it. I do love it when I get those transitions right. Okay, the first channel we are looking at today is Woat Beats. So looking at, and as we go into this channel, let me just preface everything I say with this. When I audit a channel, I have maybe 5 minutes tops to understand what your channel is about. When a new viewer visits a channel, you maybe get 5 to 10 seconds tops to maintain their interest and help them understand what your channel is about. And I think this channel is fairly clear on what it does. Beats obviously gives away the fact that it's probably about music. And when you look at the thumbnails, which are all of a relatively high standard, these all look like covers for albums and singles. You're definitely a music channel. And I would say getting 6,500 subscribers and views in the hundreds, sometimes in the thousands for your channel is already fantastic, because I know there's a lot of music channels which really struggle with the YouTube universe of trying to get their content out there. Looking at your titles, obviously you're going to have maybe the artist and the title of a song. Maybe you want to try and include the genre of the music. That might help for just searchability with your content if it's not there. If I just click on About, does it tell me what your content is about? What sort of, let's see, anything jumping out there about what type of beats it is? I mean, you include Drake and some artists, but it might, like, whether it's like hip hop or grime or indie and other music terms that I'm just not familiar with, might be worth trying to include those in your titles in some areas. What I would also say as well is I'm just searching down your music here, and they all seem to be videos on single tracks, all of around 3 to 5 minutes long. What I would suggest you do is, I know you're going to have some playlists here of some of your music, which is fine, But what I would potentially consider doing here, two things, is bundling up some of this music into a longer track list. So whether it's like 5 tracks of 10 minutes, 20 tracks of 30 minutes, and just put all of that onto one video. And then that means that the viewer doesn't have to jump anywhere else. It's just going to be a continuous play. Maybe they just listen to this music in the background, and it's always going to be your music. So that's like to accentuate your playlist. You're almost creating a playlist into one video. Another thing you may want to try is having a live stream. So this might be a 24/7 live stream, which is just types of music on playback. Do a search on how to do a 24-hour live stream. If you can do it with an old laptop potentially, or get a dedicated server to do this. If I just type in, well, actually, I think what we'll be able to do here is go to trending, and we should be able to go to is there a way to get to live stream trending? There used to be, but it seems to have disappeared. Where's the live stream trending section gone? Okay, I'm just going to put in 24/7 music, and that should give us something of interest. What a lot of channels are doing here is just creating channels where they play music 24/7. They're all live now, like 1,000 people watching music for 24/7. That will give you about potentially 100,000 views an hour. Now, obviously, you're not going to reach that quite yet, but that is definitely something you may want to experiment with, even if you just run a live stream for 5 or 6 hours, just to test how that works. If you can find the right keywords, maybe a gap in the live streaming music area on YouTube, definitely try that. So those are my suggestions. Your 1%, I think, would definitely be, for your channel boot beats, is to, am I pronouncing that channel name? Is it Wowit? I don't know. I mean, I'm terrible at channel names. I should probably do a video where I just try and read out usernames. I'm sure that would be really entertaining. But yeah, I think your 1% is to maybe think about longer form videos where you can potentially capitalize on more watch time. So that's your first channel audit. Wow, there's quite a long one there. But I hope you found that useful. The next channel we are going to look at is Laura Bailey TV. Now, instantly, I know what this channel is about because it effectively says it on the tin, the channel banner. Beauty and lifestyle. Now, I like this channel banner in terms of its colour. It gives off that warmth and the kind of colours that you may see in beauty and like the type of skin tones and whatnot. You may want to experiment with putting yourself on the channel banner. And the reason I say this is if you look at all of your thumbnails, which are of a relatively high quality, you are the hero, you are the star of your own channel. So why not sell that? I mean, you've got a name. Your name is Laura Bailey, presumably. Why do we not see Laura Bailey on the channel banner? Something to maybe think about. In terms of the thumbnails, I think they are of a generally high standard because you have the YouTuber face. They are pretty simple, and that's a good thing because when we think about the 10% rule, when you shrink your thumbnail down to the preview size, which is how all of your audience will see the thumbnails, this is a good area. I can see that you're trying to jump on some trends here, including Jeffree Star in some of your titles, which is good. I think the text sometimes is a little messy because you're changing it up a little bit. Maybe you want to fix on a type of font like this one here versus the fonts here. I think these fonts are better, and you could probably take out a few of those words and maybe try and keep it to 3 per thumbnail. But I think that's definitely an experimentation area that you want to look at. And yeah, just looking at the evolution, I guess you would describe your thumbnails. I think you've definitely made the right decision to take away the black from your thumbnails and make it much warmer colors in your thumbnails. I just want to see, because the beauty area of YouTube is obviously very competitive. It's almost like the female equivalent of the gaming genre in the sense that a lot of female YouTubers are looking at the beauty area, and so it gets very competitive. You haven't had any, I guess, big breakthrough videos yet. Your best one was about how to get I guess, using Primark beauty products. So there may be opportunities here to take products from a certain shop, whether it's Primark. That could be the solution. But yeah, I think your 1% improvement here would be something along the lines of just tweaking those thumbnails a little bit. And I don't know, what is your focus in particular on your videos? Because if we just go through the last 6 or 7 videos, you've done 4 or 5 on Jeffree Star, so you were certainly focusing on that in the last 10 videos. So yeah, you restarted really about a month ago, and you've done a lot of videos in the last month, all focusing on Jeffree Star. And they haven't taken off too much yet, but I think you may want to keep cracking on with that for maybe another 10 videos. If that doesn't work, maybe you can move on to doing videos about getting cheap products from certain stores, as you have done in the past, which have been fairly successful. I think this is a channel that's already running at a quite high standard for the number of subscribers and views that you have. With your thumbnails, certainly, I would be expecting to see a channel with thousands of subscribers and hundreds of views per video. So I think you're already above yourself in that sense. But yeah, I think trying to find your niche is going to be the key to success in the short term for your channel. And just keep going at it, I guess. I can see that you're mixing up your titles with capitals and then lowercase as well. And then some Disney Primark ones as well. And so, yeah, even in this small sample, the Disney Primark eyelashes video did better than the preceding Jeffree Star ones. But at the same time, there was a Jeffree Star one here with Holiday makeup that got 300 views. So I think you're still in a hustling stage, trying to find your niche and which is the video that's really gonna pop. So do keep at it. But generally speaking, Laura, I think has got a channel of a very high standard for the size that you are, and it's good to see that it looks like you are now taking YouTube a lot more seriously in 2019 with the volume of content that you're pushing out, and consistency is always very good and key for a smaller channel. The next channel we are going to look at here is Shana Green. Okay, you are Journey to Living a Financially Free Life, and you tune in on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay, folks, as I take a swig, tell me the one thing that's wrong with this channel banner that you can immediately see. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to try and give me the answer to that. But there's one thing wrong with this channel banner more than anything else. What do you think it is? And this is the ASMR portion of the live stream where I drink liquids close to the microphone. All right, so we have some answers here coming in. Some people are saying the background. No, so the Koi partner, you get the prize here. It's not optimized for mobile, and what we mean by this is that this bad boy here is going to disappear completely when you put it on a mobile device, because your margins on a mobile are probably about here and here for the cutoffs. So, Shana, I would definitely bring this value proposition. What I would probably do is, we're going to sort of do some quick editing on your channel banner, is move you over there and then have your channel name there, your value proposition there, and maybe how frequently you post there. I mean, isn't that exquisite artistry there for you? So yeah, just think about, I mean, go to your channel now on a mobile device and you'll see the difference there. Somebody will then look at your channel banner and have no idea what the channel's about. It could be a vlog channel, because we're missing out the financially free life proposition. However, going back to the channel, you've got 4,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. I've seen other financial channels that are really struggling to try and break through because it's not a sexy topic. They do great content, but they just can't get the traction because the financial videos have already been done on YouTube. So it's great to see that you're already making inroads here. I would say, Shana, take a leaf out of Laura Bailey's thumbnails in terms of the simplicity there. you have good fundamentals in that they're relatively simple. You have you in front of camera with a nice smiling face. I can see I guess the whites of your teeth on there. Definitely a big, nice smile there. And you have some text, but I guess sometimes the backgrounds can be a little dry, a little boring. How can you bring elements of what you're talking about into your thumbnails? Cash envelopes. You might be able to bring these envelopes more into focus because they just look like bits of paper. Maybe you can use an icon for that or some imagery. Digital budgeting envelopes. Again, look at how small the envelope is there. You might want to bring that forward on the thumbnail. Grocery budget. Here again, the groceries are just so small that they may be difficult to work out. You might want to pick one item from this groceries, like a loaf of bread, and how cheap that loaf of bread is to make the point potentially in your thumbnail. So there's definitely some good things there in the thumbnails, but maybe a 1% improvement could be enjoyed. Enjoyed? That doesn't really sound right, but you know where I'm talking. You see, I'm talking fast here. I'm rushing, and I need to slow down. Journey to living a financially free life. When I think of a financially free life, what are the keywords that spring to mind? Budget, saving, maybe those. What you probably want to do is go on a bit of a keyword journey. So, I mean, could type in budget or financial budgets and see what's coming up on YouTube search. These are some examples examples of what type of video ideas you could do and what could be included in your keywords. And you could go through the keyword alphabet here where you have a keyword such as financial budget and then go financial budget A, and then maybe any of these titles might be useful, or financial budget B and C, and is there anything interesting coming up? I can't really see anything interesting there. Maybe financial diet budget could be one that you could do a video on, but yeah, that's something to you to maybe riff on keywords with. But I think generally speaking, you've got a healthy channel here. You're producing content on a regular basis, good consistency. Would maybe like to see a few more views for the number of subscribers you have. Maybe you brought a lot of these subscribers in through one video. Let's check on that. Okay, so you've had a channel shift as well. So maybe you're starting again really with a new type of audience. You had some videos. It looks on how to hair management and play. And I was going to say playing with your hair. That just doesn't sound right, but you get the idea. It was definitely a hair-based channel previously, and you had lots of views coming in 8-9 years ago. If you stuck at YouTube then, wow, you could have maybe had a huge YouTube channel, a hair YouTube channel, but obviously things change and life gets in the way and so on. But yeah, with your new challenge of finance, you're almost starting from scratch. So maybe those 4,000 subscribers you need to dismiss a little bit and think about maybe my channel's running at a few hundred subscriber size at this moment. But yeah, some good fundamentals. Change your channel a little bit. Change your channel banner a little bit. Thumbnails need a little bit of tweaking, but otherwise, generally good stuff there. All right, we're going to move on to the next channel audit, and I've just remembered I've got my audit bell here, and I'm supposed to ding this every time we move on to a new audit. So we're going to do it this time. You ready, folks? Next channel is Aromatic Suds Soap Making Adventures. This channel has 147 subscribers. Looking at the channel immediately, there's some improvements that could probably be made to the channel banner. Bring in some imagery of soaps. If you do appear in the videos themselves as well, maybe you want to be making an appearance as well. Now, soap making is probably the key word for your channel and your content. But when I look at your titles, I'm not seeing soap making as a key feature in your title. So whether you want to include that at the front of your titles or at the end, and just always include soap making as one of your keywords, try and do that. The same with, I think, Shana here. You could probably do a bit of keyword research just put in soap making, and then look at the options you've got. For beginners is one, cold process. I have no idea what that means. Without lie, not a clue either, but I'm sure there's lots of people wanting to know what this means because it's coming up as a automatic predicted search from YouTube. And again, the YouTube alphabet game, keyword alphabet game. And look at what's top here. Soap making ASMR. I am going to do a YouTube edition of ASMR. Book it. So yeah, things to improve here, Aromatic Suds, would be your channel banner. Make it a little more, I think, again, Laura Bailey TV is a good example here of some nice warm colours, and you could probably get some mixing and matching of colours. I think there was a thumbnail here that was quite intriguing. That one's quite a tasty thumbnail in terms of mixing of colours in this one. So maybe you can use some of these graphics for your channel banner. Things I would say about the thumbnails is that they're generally okay at this point, maybe like a 6 out of 10 or a B minus. The text serves absolutely no purpose because it's impossible to read the text here. So I would either get rid of a text or make it much bigger and bolder. Like you could have a focus of the object on one side and then text on the other, just as some thumbnail fundamentals, I think, there. But if you're just repeating what you say in a title in the text, such as Belgian white cold process, and then you have Belgian white cold process soap, something or other, because again, another YouTube fundamental, that timestamp is always going to cover at the bottom right hand corner of your thumbnails, and it seems to be doing that in a lot of your videos with your text, so just be aware of that. I think it's a growing area though, aromatic suds and soap making, so I think you definitely have a growing YouTube sector. You maybe just need to find a particular niche that you want to focus on in that area. And yeah, hopefully things that should pick up for you with your channel. I would say with the number of subscribers that you have, 150, and the views that you're getting, like 66, 88, 170, you're like getting 50 to 75% viewership versus subscribers, which is pretty strong stuff. So I think there's some good positive things to look at there. I've just remembered something I want to look at. I'm just rewinding myself here. I want to look at Shana's channel because I just want to check something. You have a community tab, and yes, you do use it. So well done, you. I've got more videos coming out on the community tab because that's getting even more powerful these days. So it's great to see that you're using your community tab. All right, folks, what we're going to do here is I am going to take a little break to check on the audit list, add some more channels to my screen, and when we come back, we're going to be reviewing more of your channels. We'll be back in, let's say, 2 minutes. See you then.
Hey,
All right, folks, we'll be back in 1 minute. If you need to take a restroom break, I suggest you do it right now. We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, folks, we are back for the second part of the vidIQ weekly live stream, and I'm just hearing some breaking news here. Theresa May, the Prime Minister of the UK, has lost the Brexit vote, so really topical, trending news here. Folks, if you want to get some quick views and you can somehow wrap the Brexit deal vote into your content, then make some videos about it right now. I should probably retitle this live stream, How to Get More Views and Subscribers with the Brexit Deal Vote. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to ask you right now is, if you are enjoying this live stream, really appreciate it if you could caress that like button and smash that subscribe button if you are not currently a member of the vidIQ community. And whether you like this live stream or not, I want you to express your emotions for this live stream as an emoticon or an emoji in the chat now, because I love seeing emojis in the chat, as I could see from Fatima Ficon, who's just done lots of pray emojis. So folks, share your love or your disgust for the live stream in the next few moments. What we're going to do now is we're going to audit a few more channels, and then we're going to take any question from you, the audience. So if you have a question about vidIQ, YouTube, or anything along those lines, make sure you prepare those questions now, and I will be answering those in the dedicated Q&A section in about 5 to 10 minutes. But first of all, as I see lots of awesome emojis, especially from Broken Back with the peace emoji there, we're going to take a look at some more channels to audit. And we're going to start with a challenge for me. This one is going to be a foreign channel, Nikki Wynn. And the reason I'm choosing this channel is because even though I do not understand the language, which I think is German, as a viewer or a visitor to a channel, I still want to be able to understand what this content is about through the visual elements. Visual storytelling is so important. Jeremy goes on about this a lot every single week. And I can tell, I think, from the channel that this is predominantly, I would say, something along the lines of Minecraft and maybe Stickman. I'm not 100% sure. But the thumbnail seems to suggest that, which does help in understanding and communicating what your channel is about. So even think about if your video didn't have a title, would your thumbnail be able to tell an effective story in that way? And I think these do to a certain extent. I'm going to press the translate button now, and hopefully this will help us a little bit with the titles. So now that we can see that they are about gaming, but they're not necessarily keyword rich, because I'm still not sure what these videos are about. Like Kill You Finally, that does have like intrigue in it, but maybe it needs a little more in terms of what it's about. Like maybe it's a character from Minecraft or something. So maybe some tweaks to be done there. I think the thumbnails are relatively strong, actually. Like this one here, even though it's filled with emojis and what looks to be Adobe Premiere icons, but it still tells a relatively good story. And I'm loving the fact that you're sporting the Fug Life MLG glasses. So yeah, good stuff there. I'll continue to audit this channel with these glasses on. If you want some of these, by the way, we are going to be at VidCon EU in London in about a month's time, where we'll be giving some more of these away. But yeah, in terms of a channel, It's a relatively new channel, like a month old. You're already getting views in the hundreds, which is good. Like you've already got over 100 subscribers, which is good. So I think there is definitely some good stuff going on here. I would guess that judging by the strength of your thumbnails, the editing and the content is probably really good. Because in these channel audits, we can look at the fundamentals, thumbnails, channel setup, and so on. But ultimately, good content is always going to trump anything else. I mean, I did a quite controversial channel audit of Jack Black's new Jablinski channel, where the channel itself has all sorts of fundamental errors, but it doesn't matter because it's Jack Black and the content is good. The videos themselves are very watchable. And so I think this channel is already suggesting and hinting at these particular things. I'm just not 100% sure what they are from the titles, so maybe you could be a little bit clearer on that. And then your channel banner is just advertising your social media presence, so I think the channel banner probably needs a little bit of tweaking in this game as well. I don't think the translation's really helping me there, but to tell you about what the channel is about. But considering you started in September and you've really only been posting videos for the last month and you've already got 3,000 views, and thanks to some weird bug, 111,000 subscribers, I think Nicky Win, you're off to a good start, so do continue with that. All right, let's take off the glasses and move on to the next channel now, which is not that one because we've already audited that one. We are looking at Audrey's Adventures. If we look at a quick perusal of the thumbnails, this looks to be similar perhaps to Orion's toy reviews a little bit, in that it's reviewing some toys, but it's also got some challenges as well. Some relatively good thumbnails here. I would say that sometimes they are a little complex. There's a lot going on in some of these thumbnails. We can see that there's some good poses and some YouTube faces, but maybe they're a little lost in the amount of other things that are going on in the thumbnail. So I think there could be some opportunity to maybe simplify a little bit. Certainly in the Christmas ones, they do get a little busy, but I think the fundamentals are there. You've certainly got the hero, Audrey, in the thumbnails, which is good, but some simplicity may help you there. What is the focus of your channel? Sometimes it looks to be like a Christmas haul, so trending topics there, and the trending ones did really well. Look at this. All of the Christmas content got 600 views and a few hundred views. Is there anything going on in January in terms of the toy scene? Probably not, that you could capitalize on. So, yeah, maybe it's a bit of a dry time, but thinking forward, you've got Easter, you've got Valentine's coming up. There's some tentpole events there that can maybe attack in terms of a channel. You've got over 2,000 subscribers, so congratulations on breaking 2,000 subscribers. You're using the community tab somewhat, but maybe you're like posted twice in the last couple of weeks. And I know some people say that the community tab is maybe a bit of a waste of time for video creators who have got less subscribers. But think of it this way. If you produce one video a week, you can produce content every single day by these simple community posts that take no longer than 5 minutes. So keeping yourself in the audience's conscious and mind when you're not publishing videos, that can certainly help. So yeah, maybe a little bit more you can do with the playlist there. But generally speaking, I think you're going in the right direction. The channel is obviously growing. You've targeted Christmas very well, tweaked the thumbnails a little bit, which I think you probably have been doing in the evolution of your thumbnails. Now, they've all been of a relatively good quality, but I think maybe that's an example of one that stands out really well because it's relatively simple. Like the hero's in there and then just some Easter eggs and nothing more complicated, and I think that works better than maybe, say, this one where there's a few more different objects that can maybe not confuse a viewer, but a viewer's going to look at your thumbnail for maybe 3 to 5 seconds before they click on it, and so you want to be as simplistic but as powerful and as intriguing as possible with your thumbnails. Next channel is going to be about math tutorials. Interesting thing here in that the channel is called Speller Tutorial Services, which immediately makes me think that it's a channel about how to spell, but it's actually about math. So maybe that could be a stronger element in your channel banner, because the only thing that tells me that this is about math is these small symbols there. So bringing in a calculator, for example, or just making these mathematic symbols much more apparent on your content could help you there. A lot of educational channels are really difficult to start and pick up because, to be honest, these are like tried and tested formulas and traditional educational concepts. There's not necessarily anything new here. This is stuff that's been around for generations and centuries. There's already channels that have this content, so to break into this area is difficult, but you've already got 1,000 subscribers, 1,500, which is fantastic. Something I would look at the thumbnails is that I'm going to describe these thumbnails as a little bit Microsoft PowerPointy. They're too... I don't want to insult you, but they're a little amateur, or they just don't fit the YouTube theme. And I think they could be perhaps a little more simplistic in terms of, do you really need to include external angle theorem as text when you have it in your title? Another way to do this would potentially just have the external angle imagery in your thumbnail with a question mark next to it, or a mortarboard that tells you, I'm going to teach you how to do this in this particular video. Also, in terms of what's your focus going to be, it's never going to be a trending topic, but it's going to be evergreen content. So are there any particular videos that were really successful for you on your channel so far, which you can maybe do a longer series on? Like the most popular video is a construct triangle altitude. Awesome. And that was 4 years ago, so maybe the opportunity's gone here. I mean, you were really getting some good views a few years ago, but now you're perhaps struggling. Did you take a break? Maybe was that what's caused the slowdown? I think, and another interesting thing is that you have lots of views on some of these videos, but 1,000 subscribers doesn't necessarily suggest that those viewers are staying. They're getting an answer to a question and they're moving away. So how do you make your channel a destination rather than a one-time visit? That's something that's also very difficult in the educational area. That's where you may want to bring in more of your character and personality. And these are all really difficult things. I mean, I certainly struggled a lot with this with my tech channel when I was just doing a lot of educational stuff. But yeah, you had a lot of success a few years ago, like even 7 years ago. And now it feels like maybe you're trying to do exactly the same things as you were 7 years ago, and they're not having the same impact as they did then. So maybe things you need to think about is switching up the thumbnails, like a bit of a new approach there. How is your content going to work today? And maybe look at what's evergreen in your content. You've got some channels here, videos here with tens of thousands of views. Is there any way through the comments, the video description, the interactive cards, or the end screens that you can help push viewers to more of your content? Like you've done a video on construct triangle altitude. Is there anything else? Is there a way you can take this forward with a more complex explanation, or something that riffs off of this particular keyword that you can maybe do a follow-up video on and put into playlists? All these ideas are just jumping into my head because it's one of those difficult situations where you had a channel that was really successful and now it's really tailed off. How do you reignite that? And I think changing up what you did 7 years ago is something you need to do now in this new competitive YouTube world. But I wish you every luck, and it's always a noble endeavor to help and educate people on YouTube or whatever platform it is you wish to use. Do you use a community tab as well? You do? Oh, look at that. You're using the community tab for vidIQ certificates. That's another tool we have there. This wasn't going to be a plug for the achievements tool, but there it is. If you want your own certificate, make sure to use it. And yeah, you do seem to be posting a lot. I think you could just post some really useful, simple tips and tricks on the community tab for mathematical things. And hopefully that will just bring people into your content a little bit more. Moving on, we're going to have a quick look at Octorius's channel. He's the big supporter of vidIQ, always commenting on our videos. Well done, congratulations, sir. You've hit 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully that means you'll be getting your community tab very soon. And I would just say, if any gamers on here, if you want to look at some examples of a good template of channel branding, look at how consistent this is. The coloring, the icons, the imagery, you can tell immediately that this is, all of this content is from one channel creator. And he's been successful in Fortnite, really competitive area. Like Taurus, if you want to give your suggestions here on how people can maximize their channels in this really competitive area, and it looks as if you're doing it with 5 tips or 7 tips or a number of tips on particular weapons. That seems to be your go-to area, which you're doing well with. I mean, you've got 1,000 subscribers, but you have videos here with well over 1,000 subscribers, so reaching a wider audience. Just double down on that content and you'll see your channel continue to grow. But yeah, folks, any gaming channels here want help with their channel, look to Octorius with awesome content here. And I mean, in terms of copyright as well, it doesn't really include any sort of copyright imagery from or branding from Fortnite, but you can tell it's a Fortnite channel. All right, folks, we have now reached the stage of the channel audit, where we're going to take a quick break, not for an actual break, but to take your questions and answers. So while I take a swig from my hydration unit here, let's take any questions. Oh, well, I'm going to have to use... I can't use that one. Okay. I'm going to use this transition, but it's not the question of the week. It's several questions of the week. That is right. I didn't have time to search for a comment this week from YouTube. So I'm opening the floor to you folks. If you have any questions about YouTube or vidIQ or anything else, I want to hear them right now. Let us know what you want to do. So the first question is nothing to do with YouTube, but it is a question from PPG Gorilla. What are you drinking? It's nothing more than water, but it is from a YouTube flask. If you are in London, there is a YouTube video creators shop near King's Cross Station, and when I was there for a wedding last year, I bought this. So yeah, if you do want to get some YouTube memorabilia, I think it's the only one in the world currently. There is a creator shop in London. How should I make my thumbnails? Ren SN asks. You can, free options are Canva, which I think is canva.com, but you probably want to take a few tutorials in Photoshop. That's where I make my thumbnails now, and if you look at the evolution of the thumbnails on the vidIQ channel, it's like night and day from this time last year, just by upping my thumbnail game. And as I said, the ring light over here, this ring light thing here has just made a huge impact on the quality of my thumbnails. All I have to do is stand in front of a blank wall, take a picture, and it looks phenomenal once I sharpen it on YouTube. Okay, let's hope the focus comes back in. Yes, that's another reason why I'm using this camcorder, because it has very good autofocus. Okay, next question. How to get views? Okay, Suzette, and anybody who asks questions such as how to get views, how to get more subscribers, I've got to be honest, you're asking the wrong questions. That's too broad. You need to, first of all, do some searches on how to get more views and how to get more subscribers. We've got several videos on that subject. You want to be really focusing down on what's important to you in terms of how to get more whatever. Really think more granular with your questions there. Zrimpy, how do you grow your channel if you're studying at school? It's a good question. I would say at this point, just use YouTube as your development outside of school. School is very important, of course. YouTube's not going anywhere. It's going to be here for probably the next decade, and you can use your skills that you're developing now to then take advantage. And it is a similar issue for adults who have full-time jobs, and how do they have children. You've just got to find the time. If you're super passionate about it, you will find the time. Just don't do it at the detriment of anything else in your life. Make sure that YouTube is part of a healthy lifestyle. But it can be, as I told you in the video that I recently did about why you should start YouTube, you will develop so many skills from doing YouTube that I highly recommend anybody doing it. Just don't let it consume your life. And if you don't have a time at the moment, don't worry, you will find a time somewhere, whether it's during the school holidays. Also, if you're mad keen about YouTube, you will find a way to produce the content, and it will find a way to reward you. R4ROS asks, is my banner good if it shows only my channel name? You probably want a value proposition as well there. And what I mean by value proposition is, what is your channel about? Just as a very simple example, we'll look at the vidIQ one. If I can quickly bring it up. Let's see, go to my channel, and we'll go to our channel just to show you that this is basically our channel banner, educating you on your YouTube journey. It's got vidIQ in it. I would say try and include who the channel is, what's the main focus of the channel, or if you are the hero of the channel, and a value proposition that you can sum up in a few words. I still don't know if I'm happy with educating your YouTube journey. I still might change that in the future, but that's what we currently have. 9TO asks, how much watch time should I be getting with 270 subscribers? It's impossible to answer because subscribers mean very different things to different channels. If you wanted a number value there, with 270 subscribers, let's say you can get 100 views per video, and each person watches 2 minutes of your video. That's 200 minutes. So around about 3 hours of watch time per video may be a good starting point. But as I say, for different channels, it can be completely different. Zenex asks, how do I get my videos recommended more on YouTube? So this seems to be a changing phenomenon. I always used to say that getting your videos recommended on other channels was the biggest and best way to get more views, and it still is to a certain extent, but it seems to be a lot harder these days. If you look at the distribution of discoverability of videos these days, it seems to be more through browse features, so your videos appearing on the home screen. I think I'm going to do a video about this year, certainly about the important aspects of making your content discoverable, so do check it out. But in terms of simple tips I can give you now, just focus on one particular topic so that you're telling YouTube every single time you make a video, this is what my content is about. It's now up to YouTube to link it to other similar content that's appropriate. And you will eventually find that your content is shared more. But again, the content has to be watched. YouTube has to like it and then share it with more people. And that's all due to the secret formula, which we've kind of done a video on as well. SciTech387 says, yeah, I should study right now. Yeah, stay in school, chump. That's the catchphrase I always like to use for people who are thinking of quitting YouTube. Stay in YouTube, stay in school, get the qualifications, and then do whatever you want with your life. Okay, 9TO, why do only 60% of my views come from subscribers? That's a relatively high mark, actually. You probably, I mean, again, it depends on the channels, but you probably want more views from people who are not subscribed to your channel, because it means that YouTube is then sharing your content with a wider audience, and that audience then may become subscribers. So the lower, sometimes the better. And this happens a lot with educational content. With vloggers, they'll have a much higher subscriber watch ratio as people watch the content and subscribe more. But for people such as what we've already seen in the educational content, with this maths one, that gets lots of views but not many subscribers, because they're not really particularly interested in the channel. They just want an answer to their question, and that's what they get. Okay, question here from, I think it's a Russian channel here, who I think timestamps our live stream. So awesome. I love it when you do that. There's no pressure to do it, but when you do it, it is absolutely fantastic. You're asking a question. I could not even attempt your username, by the way. Should I start a channel about doing voiceovers instead of actually doing voiceovers for another channel? I think, can you do both? I think that might be a really interesting channel. Voiceovers, maybe research and market. Does anybody do a voiceover tutorials already? And if they don't, then this could be a good example. I'm just looking at I've just done a search here, voiceover tutorial, and it doesn't look as if there are any channels specifically dedicated to voiceovers. So I mean, there are lots of video creators maybe doing one-off videos about it, but you may want to think about a voiceover channel. Maybe as a side project or a pet project to what you do now. I think maybe just tentatively give it a try and see how that develops. Unapologetically Gomez, what brought you to YouTube? I did a video on this yesterday about how to start a YouTube channel. Check that out and you'll find out how I got into YouTubing. 920 is getting a lot of questions here. Would you recommend doing giveaways? I think giveaways are absolutely fine, and we are certainly going to do more giveaways on here at vidIQ this year. Just bear in mind that the value of the likes, subscribers, comments you get from those giveaways will be almost 1% to 0. In that they're just going to be freeloaders. A lot of people are going to be there for the free stuff, and that's it. So you can bring in an audience, but they'll very quickly disappear once that giveaway goes away. So think about that. There is also YouTube terms and conditions that you need to follow with your giveaways, so do be aware of that. Just looking through the question list now. I'm sorry if I've skipped anybody's questions, because sometimes when I'm talking to camera, obviously the question's going up on my chat here and I just miss it. I'll try and answer as many as I can. Somebody's saying that I missed the question. Do you get better ad revenue if you are part of the Create community? I'm not sure. Is Create community an MCN? You will get the CPM. Always depends on the type of content you're producing versus the advertisers you want to promote on your content. For example, on a tech channel, you probably get lots of adverts for consumer products, whereas on a specific channel about reviewing bed mattresses, you'll get advertisers who specifically want to advertise their mattresses on their channel, and they're high ticket, high price cost items, so you get much higher revenue. I'm not saying that you should start a channel on reviewing bed mattresses, but that's just the dynamics of how AdSense and advertising works. It all depends on demand versus supply versus cost of products and all sorts of other things, and time of year, because at the moment in January, advertising revenue is way down for YouTubers. I'm sure you've already noticed. I did a video on that very recently. Does doing a live stream, I guess the question that is Nicole Wilcox, does doing a live stream increase views and subs? I would tend to say generally not. They tend to be more community-style videos. You do sometimes bring in traffic through live streams depending on the content. And the one person who's been awesome at doing this is Sean Cannell, who, if you don't know who Sean is, he's probably like the best YouTube advice expert and consultant along with Benji Travis. They do 30-minute live streams where they are so tight, and Sean and Benji's presence on camera is absolutely amazing, and their live streams get traction after the stream is finished. Whereas with most live streams, you'll tend to find that they do well with your core audience. You'll get what's called a watch time bomb. Like, we'll probably get a few thousand minutes of watch time out of this, but tomorrow virtually no one will be watching this live stream. So I think there is potential there, but I think you've got to be supremely experienced and well crafted at doing live streams that have longevity after they have finished. What you can do is repurpose the content. So from a live stream, you may take the best bits, 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, and put it into a separate on-demand video, which may perform better. So something to consider there. Austin says he's going to be doing his channel review live stream later. So if you don't get a channel live stream here, do check out Austin's one later on. Unapologetically Games, what do you think about the Amazon influencer program to monetize your channel? To be honest, I haven't got that much experience with it, as I'm so busy with vidIQ. If I was still running my tech channel, I would look at all forms of revenue making outside of YouTube, not putting all of your revenue in one basket. So I think and given the size of Amazon, I think it's got the best legs to be another good source of income. It's not just going to disappear, like I say, Instagram TV, which I've just heard virtually nothing of since its release. So I think certainly I always say investigate all areas with caution, experiment, maybe put if you're putting 100% of your effort into YouTube and you see another avenue and opportunity, maybe put 20% of your effort into that other avenue of opportunity for a month to 2 months and see what the return is. So yeah, definitely check it out. Okay, what we're going to do right now is I've taken us quite a few questions there, and usually after an hour and 10, we'd be thinking about taking the live stream down. But I'm going to reward you folks because you've been on here so long in your awesome community. I'm going to give you another at least 20 minutes of channel audits. But I do need another break for a couple of minutes, so if you need to make a quick trip to the restroom, do it right now. We'll be back in around about 2 minutes. We'll see you then. This is your 60-second warning. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, folks, are you ready for the jarring transition when the music just stops with no fade out? Boom, there we go. I really need to fix how to do that. in a future live stream. Welcome back, everybody, to this Director's Cut extended version of the vidIQ weekly live stream here, starting at Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST, now well into its second hour. If you're enjoying this live stream, do make sure to click the like button and subscribe if you're not already a member of the vidIQ community. And as we move into part 3, let us know how you are surviving with an emoji. Are you still fired up and ready for some more channel audits? I'd love to see those emojis. And I just want to show you something here. This is when I start my channel audits, what I do every week is I delete the entire list of submissions for channel audits because I don't know if those people are going to be on the channel audit next week, which I think is fair and right. And I then ask people around about half an hour before the channel audit, as well as in the live stream itself, to fill out the form. And this is how it looks after an hour every single week. So we have 100 responses. So of the nearly 200 people who are watching, more than half of you have submitted your channel for audits. And look at that. We've got all of these channels that we try and audit every single week. So that's just an insight into how crazy it is and how awesome it is that you trust us to impart some valuable knowledge and insight and wisdom to help your content. But do you really care about the behind the scenes here at vidIQ? Probably not. So what we are going to do here now is what I like to call the quick fire round of channel audits. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite transition that I built for vidIQ. So let's start our quick fire audits, which usually turn into long ones anyway. But we're going to start it with Mikey Slice. Hello to you. It's been a long time since I've seen you on a live stream, but you are back with an interesting minimalist type of channel banner with a pizza. I guess the one question some people may be asking is, what is your channel about? I know it's about gaming, and I know that it's specifically about how to profit or how to make money from video games. And I think that should be a much stronger value proposition and branding in your content, because there are occasionally videos if I look at the whole of your channel where you do some videos like how to win skills bubble shooter live cash. And so I think making money from video games is a keyword that you definitely want to focus on long term for your channel. So if I was going to give you a 1% piece of advice, it's to somehow include that in your channel banner, and then how to make money. I don't know if we talked about this before, but how to make money playing, and then whatever game it is. I think that would probably be the most effective way to build on your channel. And if you have successful ones, like how to make money with bubble shooter, you could follow that up, like how to win money with bubble shooter technique, the column technique, because I guess that's about Buster Move and that old type of game. So riffing on those different ideas with how to make money playing would be probably where I'd focus on for your channel. So get to it, sir, if you can. Next channel is Grim Hades, I think is your channel. 100 subscribers, just over 100 subscribers. Congratulations to you on that milestone. You've had a channel for a while, but I'm not sure when you started making videos. I think definitely the thing I would say here is that in terms of your thumbnails, which look to be, as long as this is all safe content for us to quickly look at, it looks as if we're okay here. It looks to be trying to jump on trends and parodies and I guess sensationalist content. Nothing wrong with that. It's going to be hit and miss with your content on occasion. I would say that some of your text on your thumbnails is far too big, so you need to really trim that down if you can, because I'm not going to spend the 20 seconds I'm required here to try and read that RiceGum may not have given away used Amazon gift cards in his videos. I called Amazon and the findings were different. that's something that somebody's not going to try and digest on a thumbnail. It needs to be a lot more simpler than this. So you could probably turn all of that into fake or hoax or cheat or scam. I think that would be much more effective in your thumbnails. Like one simple adjective or descriptor to describe the thumbnail would be better for your content, certainly. And it's going to be a long road, I think, just trying to jump on those different trending topics. But if you think you're confident of doing that, certainly keep it up. And good luck with the YouTube journey. Flight Gaming. This channel has 42 subscribers. Does it have anything to do with flying at all? I'm not sure. It looks as if it's to do with Minecraft or Globecraft, it's looking like here. Certainly, the first thing I'll be looking at here, your 1% for the next 50 videos, is consistency of your thumbnails. For example, the channel banner with its blue theme and its wings doesn't translate at all really into your thumbnails from what I can see. And the thumbnails look to be, generally speaking, freeze frames from your the game that you're playing with some text, which is in the bottom right-hand corner and is obstructed by the timestamp. So that's where I'd certainly look at first. Looks as if your channel's about Minecraft. If that's the case, make that stronger in your channel banner. Maybe include Minecraft and so on. It's Nos Mia. Is that a game type of Minecraft? So if that is, that's good. I'm not sure if you necessarily need the episode number in there because that's not really going to help you with search intent. You can just say what episode number you're on maybe in the video to help you out there. But yeah, thumbnails is definitely where I would focus on for you to begin with. Next channel, Samurai Gecko. You are close to 1,000 subscribers. When you get there, congratulations on your content. My question is this content about ninja games in specifically, or is that just the name of your channel? And maybe that might just throw me a little bit. Looking at your content, you're looking at cursed commercials, free Xbox gifts, something here about Dragon Ball Z, presumably, Black Ops. All right, your 1% here. Question is, what is your channel focus? You need to decide on a particular game or a particular topic for games and focus on that for a little bit, because you are jumping from topic to topic here, which makes it difficult to follow. Some stuff about Super Smash Brothers, some stuff about Fortnite. These are all things that you're interested in, but just take the one thing that you're most interested in and most passionate about and share that with the world for at least the next 10 to 20 videos. You have 1,000 subscribers, but look at the view counts. You're only getting 10%, sometimes less, of views from the subscribers. So they're not engaging with all of your content. So channel focus is definitely where you need to look at next. Hi, I'm Nicole. Hello, Nicole. Vlogs, opinions, general weirdness. You've almost got 150 subscribers, but it looks as if the vlogs are not really... You're getting views just into the double digits sometimes. So how can you build on this? First of all, put yourself in the channel banner as you're doing every single thumbnail, which is good. Maybe increase the text here a little bit on some of these, which is a bit difficult to read. We have the YouTuber pose, but that's perhaps not sometimes then extended upon with the topic. So, for example, one day we bought a house. So in this particular one, first of all, bring the emoji out of the front of the title, because that can sometimes mess around a little bit with keyword searches. Put that towards the end of a title would be better. You have a picture and there is a door there, but it's maybe a little obstructed. You could make that maybe full image with the door open and you walking in, and maybe putting a text just... I think what I'm having trouble with is you're consuming nearly 50% of your vlogs with your thumbnails with this box shape rectangle with a bit of text in, and it feels a little bit wasted. So I think this, for example, I know you haven't got many views on this one, but I think this is a much more effective thumbnail because it focuses on yourself. Obviously, the topic of the video is the hair, and then some simple text. Maybe you could have just gone with, oh my God, or love your hair. But I think those thumbnails are better than the ones higher up. Maybe your content's improved, and that's why you're getting the views there. But yeah, I think thumbnails, I think you're going in the right direction, but your 1% would be to certainly improve this bit here of your thumbnails. I think they're a big waste of space on your thumbnails. But good luck with your vlogging experience and journey on YouTube. Fish Visions, we always get at least one fishing channel each week. And have you taken the Apple Mac background there? It looks as if you had. You may want to change that. Not necessarily for copyright reasons, but just something that better tells your fishing channel story. So Fish Visions, maybe build out your channel a little bit because you've got popular uploads but no other playlists there. So maybe a channel trailer, something along those lines might help you there. In terms of health of your channel, 600 subscribers. Congratulations on cracking 600. You're into triple digits on views, which is generally good. And I think the thumbnails are pretty strong in some areas. I guess this one is less effective. What you could do here, just to help you, is you could have like a man at work construction or woman at work construction, a signpost icon maybe in that corner just to fill it up there to help tell the story that it is hard work and there's construction going on. I think this thumbnail is really good, like the shocked image and then a big image of a fish, which I think is brilliant there to show just how big the fish is that you caught. So I think there's some good things going along here with thumbnails, just tweaks needed here and there. Have you got any super popular videos here with some keywords that you may be able to capitalize on? No, not really. So you've got a consistent channel, but not any breakthrough content yet. That, by the way, this huge strippers one there, that's a good example of a good thumbnail there. And those two videos are some of your most successful ones. Could you do follow-up content on huge strippers? Stripers? I'm just realizing what I'm saying here. I'm going to say huge stripers, but I so want to say that other word. So, yeah, if I could edit out this part of a live stream, I would do, but let's just leave it in there for comedy's sake. But yeah, change your channel banner. Find out what's your most popular videos. I'm wondering why that one got so many dislikes, whereas that one got so many likes, even though it's part of the same thing. But yeah, channel banner and tweaking of the thumbnails is where you definitely need to look at for your channel. Emily Bahula, I hope I pronounced your name there, 138 subscribers, turning a disability into a song. Now, this already intrigues me here. It sounds like a fantastic, good news story channel of somebody turning something into a strength and a positivity. So I want to look at your channel about section. You were born with a speech impediment called a cleft palate, and after surgeries, now you're living a more normal life, and it's giving you the gift of a beautiful singing voice. So there's vlogging storytelling potential here, which I think is absolutely fantastic, and I applaud you for wanting to share your story on YouTube, which is fantastic. Some good stuff here I'm seeing is that the number of subscribers you have versus the number of views is generally healthy, like 40 to 50% of people are watching your content. So now you're doing, I think, cover versions of different songs, which is great. And look at that, you're following the trending topics as well, like All I Want for Christmas, doing that right in the Christmas period. I think what you need to be a little careful of is thumbnail wallpaper, because every single one of your thumbnails includes speech impaired singer, which I guess I understand the point of including that in your thumbnails. I'm just wondering if there's a way we can tweak this, because it just becomes a bit repetitive if you include it in all of your thumbnails. And maybe that's something that you could include in your titles, because at the moment, the only thing that distinguishes your content from a views perspective is the fact that you include speech impaired singer in the thumbnail. But I think you could include that in your titles as well as something to latch onto with keywords. I'm just going to do a search here. I'm just wondering if there's anything you can do with this keyword, such as speech impediment singer or speech impediment singing. Is there something that's potentially there. You'll maybe have to do a bit of keyword research on this topic, see if there's anything you can jump on there. But I think including that as a keyword in your titles may find that you get a bit more traction from search results, certainly. I think it's good that you're including the keywords for the artist and the title, but yeah, something maybe that, because this is your unique quality. This is what defines you and distinguishes you as something different and inspirational on YouTube. And I think that needs to be done more than just the wording in the thumbnails. But as I say, good luck with your channel, and this is one of the channels that I really love to see trying to make an impact and spread a positive message on YouTube. So good luck there, Emily. Jose A.R. Rodriguez, you have 3,000 subscribers. Congratulations on that breakthrough. This is a, I guess, Spanish or Portuguese channel. We'll have to translate that a little bit, maybe find out what your content is about. So I guess are you in Colombia or Brazil? And I'm not sure what your content is about a little bit. It's about a vlog, but what's the theme that ties all of this together? And I think that might help us there. Is it about law? Is it about politics? Is it about doctors? Maybe that's what I'm not quite seeing, and maybe that would help in your channel the value proposition there. Whatever that may be, that's maybe something to tweak there. So that could be your 1%, being able to better communicate what your channel is about through the top layer, the top tier channel understanding would help a little bit there. Are you using the community tab? Yes, you are. You're using it quite substantially, so that's good to see. So good luck there, Jose, with your channel. Sorry, I'm not really sure where I could go with that, because I'm not sure the translations are quite good on the thumbnails on the videos that I can see. You're in each of the thumbnails, which is good. But you're behind a bookcase a lot of the time. So sometimes I'm not really following what's going on. Like important info, I don't know if that's translated correctly, law, but it's about law and how not to do something, but I'm not sure what. Then there's a mathematical equation with baseballs. So I'm going to say something maybe lost in translation a little bit there. In the news, the biggest channel by far today with 300,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you on the success of your channel. And you are, I think what's good here is that in the news gives it a certain vibe of what the content's going to be about, and then you reinforce it with a description, and it's about hip-hop, sports, and social media. So you're targeting a very specific demographic, and you're certainly doing that with your content, and you're getting thousands of views in each video, and it looks as if it's very topical entertainment news, and you're including who is in the news agenda for that particular video. And I think I'm not really sure where else I can give you advice here. You seem to be doing everything right. Jumping on trending topics, make sure you do that. I'm sure you've got some videos here which have hundreds of thousands of views, which you've jumped on especially. I mean, the one question I will ask is, I'm just going to look very quickly at one of your videos and find out.
Blueface confirms he smashed.
All right, so what you are doing is you are adding your own commentary to news articles and things, which is absolutely fantastic. So I think you're doing everything right. Nothing more to say really there other than thumbs up. Keep it up. Congratulations on a huge and successful channel there. What have we got here? Insane Curiosity, over 6,000 subscribers. Looks as if you're a listicle channel with lots of different and weird things. 12 weirdest and bizarre musical instruments in the world. 12 things we do wrong every day, including not sitting right on a toilet, it looks like there. So you're definitely trying to get listicle content. It looks as if they're not really taking off wholesale, because you've got 6,000 subscribers, but you're getting views in the double digits and triple digits. I think maybe you need to niche down on a particular type of listicle. Look at the videos that have done really well for you and capitalize on them, such as you had a really successful one about planets. Could you do another listicle on planets or the solar system or space in general? There's one about end of days here that was successful. So I think listicle videos are fine and they often do very successfully, but maybe you're jumping to different topics too much, and other channels are just able to capitalize on that, and bigger channels that are already well established. So I think for the next 5 videos, focus on a particular topic, a successful one that you've had a history of good videos in, and maybe just try and focus on there for a little while and see what happens. It's worth trying out because I can just see that you're getting subscribers who may think, yeah, I'm interested in the 12 weirdest and bizarre musical instruments, but then I'm not really interested in body language. That's kind of the audience that you're going to be picking up with this type of content. Zrimpy, 15 subscribers. You must be very new to YouTube. Yes, you started your channel on Christmas Eve, less than a month ago. So welcome to the journey that is YouTube. You've produced 10 videos already, so you got good consistency there. You just need to find your focus, really. I would say make another 50 videos and then decide which videos you enjoy doing and which get the best reaction from your audience, and pick that as your topic for the next 20 to 50 videos. So welcome to YouTube. You've already got a channel banner that has a little bit of customization on it, and you're already doing some custom thumbnails as well, so I think that's all good stuff. Keep it up there with your channel. Next one is Woodalot, Masters Competitor. This must be about bodybuilding and such things. It's an exercise, workout type of content. You're doing an open workout, 80 kilogram kneel jumping squats. I think, what is the keyword that encapsulates everything that you talk about here? And what is it weight gain, muscle building? I think that is something that you may want to think about introducing into your keywords and the topics that you talk about. Again, I'm not a super fan of having so much of a thumbnail taken out by a block of color and some text. And I think, in terms of workout, we can see the action here, but for example, in this one, an 80 kilogram kneeling squat, I would want you much more focused into this. What you could do here is you could slice up this picture in two, have a close-up image of you sort of kneeling down with just the pressure on your knees, and then another close-up of you grimacing with the weights in picture as well, to tell a story of how difficult this is to do in the thumbnails. Already, though, you're using custom thumbnails with a small channel, you're already starting to build a little bit. For example, this one here, which had some keywords in it, like kneeling jump squats, 80 kilogram. That's keyword rich in terms of how it's going to appeal to an audience clicking on it, and it's got more views and subscribers on your channel. So I think that's a good example, and it's one where you don't slice up your thumbnail as well. So yeah, I think more keywords, less open workout, because nobody's going to be searching for that, and you would turn that into a community video. Only people who subscribe to your channel and are interested in your content would maybe click on something like that. There needs to be a theme, a central topic to all of your videos, and it's done through like the most important action or exercise you were taking in that particular video. Good luck, though, with your channel, Woodalot, Masters Competitor, whatever one of them is. Yeah, and also improve your channel banner as well. Have you in a channel banner some weights, or you like powering through the pain of whatever it is that weightlifters do. Next channel, Magma, 13,000 subscribers. Congratulations on passing 10,000 subscribers. Your thumbnails are very intricate. Very busy, but I know what this channel's about because I used to play this a lot a couple of years ago. Agario, or no, maybe not Agario. Agma, is that a variant of Agario? But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely crushing it in terms of views. Wow, look at this. This is a channel which knows its focus. So what is? I just need to educate myself for a second. Agma.io. So agma.io is the topic here, and is including this keyword in every... Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm pointing at screen, and you can't see me pointing at screen. I use the mouse to do that. He's including agma in all of his titles, which is brilliant, as the first keyword. So making sure that You're hitting YouTube with that same bit of information every time you make a video. Awesome stuff. The thumbnails, like I said, they're works of art, really. And Agario or Agma thumbnails always look best when you have multiples of the circles or the blobs in the games, and like how much threat there is. And yeah, these conjure up a lot of very interesting images. But yeah, you're crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. I don't know what other advice I could give you other than to keep capitalizing and doubling down as much as you can on this particular topic. Maybe you could include some Agma style pictures in your channel banner. I don't know if that's necessarily needed. Channel banner, and you're using the community tab well, and you've got an engaged audience, which is brilliant. Keep it up. Well into that one. Dennington Gaming, 170 subscribers. What is your channel about? It's sometimes about Train Frontier Classic, Rolling Line, if that's a game, exploring Minecraft, more Train Frontier Classic. All right, what I would do is I would sort by most popular, and I would see which of the games you're covering has the most popularity. Previously, it used to be Minecraft when you were talking about construction of certain things, especially Minecraft 1.13. Has that opportunity gone now? Possibly it has. But if you have another series of videos that really click in that particular area, double down on that as much as possible. I think you're jumping between slightly too many topics here in terms of Minecraft and what else is it? And Rolling Line, whatever that game is. So stick to what you know best for the time being, just to kickstart your channel a little bit, because it looks as if views maybe are tailing off from where you previously were. Adai, is that your name? Channel banner, can we fix that a little bit, please? Looks as if it's another gaming channel about PUBG, Robin who? I don't know what that means. That looks to be a game on Fortnite, but you don't include Fortnite in any of the title or anything. Fortnite annoying lag. That's just a freeze frame from a thumbnail. So like generally some fundamental things here that you would definitely want to look at. Channel focus, tweaking your thumbnails, and posting probably on a consistent basis, because there seems to be big gaps here where you were posting for a little while a couple of months ago, then you took a 6-week break, and now you're back again with some videos. So some generally simple stuff to concentrate on there. And what we're going to do on this channel audit is I'm going to open it up to you folks. This is going to be our channel audit therapy session, where hopefully you've been taking some of the advice, tips and tricks throughout this audit. And I want you to help with SciTech 387 and tell us about this channel. Tell us what you think is good about the channel, where there's some constructive feedback and how it can be improved. What do you think this channel can do to grow? It currently has 70 subscribers, so still a relatively small channel. Looking at the view counts, these seem very healthy. 100 views, 360 views, 400 views for a small channel. That's awesome. But what do you think, folks? Where do you think this channel could improve? 64-bit Dragon is saying maybe a different logo. I presume you're meaning this logo here. So there is some, I guess, Chinese, Japanese, Mandarin language in there. How does that help with your channel? That's a certainly good topic. Better banner needed, too cluttered. Okay, I can see where you're coming from there. Maybe there's a bit too much text. I guess what you could do is simply have the value proposition, understand the world we live in, and then take out these topic areas there. That's certainly potentially something you could do. Fonts, P4NOS says fonts. Are you meaning the fonts are good or the fonts are bad? I would say that the fonts certainly stand out, which I think is a good thing, and they don't totally dominate the thumbnails. Some people are saying never use Comic Sans, but there may be a certain reason that Comic Sans are being used here, because Comic Sans has an element of cartoonish writing in there, and I think that complements the thumbnails well, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. Username needs to be more recallable. Okay, so yeah, maybe SciTech 387. Is there a reason for 387 in there? Maybe that could be tweaked a little bit. I understand where you're coming from there. Maybe shorter titles. So the titles in some cases are cut off a little bit. How strong is gravity in Earth's center? You probably won't believe it. I think that's a fine title because you probably won't believe it is cut off, but you don't need that to necessarily understand the title. How to escape any labyrinth easy. I think that's a good title. I think these are all good videos in terms of the titles because a lot of them have questions and that creates intrigue, which is good. So yeah, I think the common theme is here. Why have you chosen the name? Maybe the name needs to be a little better. Make more videos. Yes, that was a good point. Somebody picked up on that. You have big gaps between your videos. So there's ones here from 2 months, 5 months, 5 months. So you made a lot of videos 6 months ago, and then you've taken a huge break, but it hasn't impacted your channel. This last one here, Headphones Are More Dangerous Than You Think. Again, a brilliant title with 650 views. But yeah, more consistency. If you produce more content, you're going to continue to grow. I mean, for the fact that you have 70 subscribers and each video is getting hundreds of views, I think it's brilliant. I mean, I would question maybe how you're getting these views just because you haven't got that many likes. I hope those are organic views. But generally speaking, I think there's some good things going on with this channel. People are saying more keywords. Some funny, cool. I love it. The Saucy Tiger. Where's the Saucy Tiger? Oh, are you talking to another somebody in the chat rather than someone on here? So yeah, I think there's some good things going on here, SciTech. Just get back into making videos because you haven't made enough in the last couple of weeks. Phew, folks. I've been here for 1 hour and 45 minutes and I've got through, what, at least 20 channels there. As I say, it's always so difficult to get through more, and I wish I could, but we just don't have enough time in the day. I noticed, by the way, a couple of super chats came through, and I'm not going to forget to say the super chats this time. So, thank you to the following people. Rustic B with your $2. Thank you very much for that. Jack the Reaper with 10, is that Danish krona or Danish marks? Thank you very much, whatever they are. 79p from Shane Barrett. I do appreciate the pound sterling contribution, although with the Brexit deal failing, that will probably be worth absolutely nothing, but I do appreciate your super chat. Techno Emni, thank you for the $2.29, sorry, the €2.29 there. Tips for your channel: focus on a topic and make the best content you possibly can on a consistent basis. And Cafe Matica, you could help users making collabs with five South African dollars there. Thank you very much for your contribution. We're collaborating right now in this live stream with all of the advice that I've given to you. I hope you found it very valuable. All of the advice, do not ignore the advice that you get from everybody in the comments here. I've appreciated it so much, and thank you very much to SP Tech Plus. I can't forget the moderator who's been here today, making sure that all of the chat is friendly, relevant, and constructive. Folks, you've been watching the vidIQ live stream on a Tuesday. We will be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, make sure to keep an eye out for a lot of vidIQ content coming out. I need to get back onto the video camera to record some stuff in this afternoon. If you enjoyed this live stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this pillow and say your goodbyes now, because I'm going to be shouting them out for the next couple of minutes. Phew, I spoke a lot there without taking a drink. All right, I'm back and refreshed to do some goodbyes. We are saying goodbye to GMG News, Grim Hades, 1 Hour Music, Everything Unlimited, Kane and Jesse, Austin Bacassa, Red Krull, Fandom Spotlight, SP Tech Plus, Simulation, Spiky Spikes, Bro, It's Carlos, Mitsu Topayan, Rain, Zeno, Yasia, Tutors, You, Zenix, Emmanuel Ferrari, PPG Gorilla, Fatima Fitcan, Motion Hub, 64-Bit Dragon, Frank Foti, Dennington Gaming, Chris Taps 0707, Woodalat, Nurgling. Wow, there's so many people here in the live stream saying goodbye. Folks, it's been an honour and a privilege. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it with us here at vidIQ. Enjoy the rest of your video making day. We'll see you next week. Time for a bit of waving to make sure that the live stream stops at the right moment.